Bang bang badang ding dang diggy diggy digging bang badang ding ding oh bang badang ding dang diggy diggy digging bang badang ding ding yes black to black 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 look, there's no need to worry and no need to fret. If you think we was finished, we ain't done yet. This is the platform where you can get informative topic with real intellect. Play talk good manners, raise the antennas. Andre and Karen, that's hostify. Facebook, Spotify and Instagram. You could also catch me on the YouTube live with positive content back to back. I'm inviting all people to black. Yes, no be power, it's black to black. And everybody invited. So share it and like it. For we all are united and black to black. Yes, no be power, it's black to black. And everybody invited. So share it and like it. For we all are united and black to black. Yes. This is your immortal, inviting each and everyone to log on to all streaming platforms to black with your host, Andre and Karen. So subscribe, share, like and comment, and come along. Let me enjoy the vibes. Diggy diggy, diggy diggy, black to black, daga daga, black to black, black to black, black to black.
So, welcome black.
Greetings,
World.
one and all.
This is one of the times we can say that we actually joined by royalty, right? So, my brother, everything good?
Yes.
Goodness. Welcome to
Thank you.
Queen Karla. Eventful week here in Trinidad and Tobago. We've been trying to get this royal lady here over 6 months now. Not that she didn't want to come, but commitments in and out of the country. So we're very, very happy and honored to have you here with us today.
Thank you. I feel much gratitude, and I'm glad to finally have made it.
Yes.
Even through the serious rain.
Yes, but there's a lot of rain that just come. I mean, we knew it was coming, but I didn't expect. I didn't even get I came straight from where I was today, straight. I didn't get to go and change or anything. I didn't care. I here with our wet shoes.
Yeah.
But we give thanks that we still here. And we able to finally pull it off. Right. So the first thing I would like for you to do is to introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay. Greetings and blessings of light, everyone. My name is Her Royal Highness Motsoo. Sorry, Omanye, Motsoo, Oshedu Mpese the First, often known as Queen Karla or Queenie as well. And so, yes, that's who I am.
All right.
And where did that name originate?
Well, it's actually in two parts. So originally in 2019, the year of return in Ghana. Right. It was a massive, you've probably heard about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were returning to Ghana and diasporans were invited. So I was there. Ironically, I didn't know that the year of return was happening. I just so happened to arrive as the year of return was happening.
Okay.
Yeah. And so at that time, my auntie, the reason I went there was to, we can talk about that, but it was also to meet my auntie for the first time. And she came from America and Jamaica with her friends and family on a trip. Sister Keisha and her Bobo, her husband, and they brought a group of people to come over. Anyway, long story short, they knew members of the royal families of the Gar states. So, for example, my wonderful esteemed chiefs, Ni Asabu Accra the First, and also Ni Ayakongo Mpese the First. Right. And so we went for a naming ceremony, and that is how I got my name. So they do all the things I have to do, traditional, spiritual. And so the name Motsoo, which I know I'm not pronouncing properly, so they will kill me in Ghana. They're going to say, "Oh, nah, come on, nah." But, and I also have a list.
Right.
But it means mother to the children or mother of the children.
Right.
Okay.
And so that was already due to me being born on a Thursday, seeing my dates of birth and all these kind of things that they aligned with lineage. The rest of it actually came after being installed, which is a coronation or crowning, as a queen mother.
Right.
Yes. And if you hear anyone, by the way, say Ohima or Hima, it means queen, but it's not Ga. It's more Akan or Ashanti, shall we say? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
What has that meant or done or changed in your life since that?
I suppose, what has it changed? In what essence? Instead of
In every aspect, because you live in life today.
Yeah.
You left where you live. You live UK.
Yes.
You left there just to go to Ghana. But then when you left Ghana.
Yeah. I went to Jamaica.
Yeah, right. But when you left Ghana, you left a queen mother.
Yes.
With a name and a title.
Yes.
I mean,
a huge responsibility.
Right.
Nerve-wracking. And I suppose when you're saying it, I'm kind of giving myself time to think, because I even feel nervous thinking about it even now. Because I'm thinking, I mean, when they first said to be a queen mother, I asked what would change. And I think what would change is that it's about fully recognizing who you are, being serious about spirituality, not just as little things here and there or rituals at home or burning sage. It's about becoming the person that you already have and realizing that you're being restored. It's a sankofa. It's an actual return from within and out. It's a sacred reunion and union. I mean, I'm from a Jamaican background, which is of strong maroon heritage, from St. Thomas, which are the Windward Maroons.
Right.
And so that's like Kumina, which is backgrounds in Congo, and Kromanti, which is backgrounds in Akan, as well as indigenous people from Jamaica as well. So the importance is not just the importance of becoming a queen mother, but becoming a queen and connecting the islands and Africa and even the UK. So it's a blood thing, it's a genetic thing, it's an ancestral thing, and it's a royal privilege as well for the chiefs to bring us together. So I don't have a specific answer to say what changed. I feel the most important thing that changed was that I changed in understanding that I needed to become.
Is that when you say that you changed in sense of being who you were destined to become?
Yeah.
How that impact your life? Like, you feel you need to do a lot of things differently, the things you interacted with, the places you would go.
Yes. It was about becoming even more confident as well, and watching the world around me tell me to be more confident, to say who I am, to speak more. I came from, in my day-to-day, I'm a trauma-informed psychotherapeutic practitioner and a counsellor, but that kind of all happened around the same time. So there's a bit of a story. So before that, I was actually somebody who was seemingly confident, but in many ways, I wasn't. I had social anxiety, depression, sometimes extreme depression, panic attacks that became agoraphobic, so that I couldn't often leave the house. And I couldn't have eye contact, and I couldn't do a lot of things. And it was due to trauma and things that happened, that being told that I couldn't do, and knowing in myself that one day I must, but the world saying I couldn't. I feel like that was one of the changes, one of the things that comes about. I became more of, when people say a testimony, I don't really like that word. Not that I don't like it because it sounds more Christian, but it sounds a bit cliche.
Yes.
But it's more of when people meet you, they expect you to have been born in a certain way with a silver spoon in your mouth, and to have come from this wonderful world. I came from a wonderful family, and I wasn't born up in deep poverty or anything. But my experiences are what kind of pushed me forward. Yeah.
In that reasoning, based on the training that you have by profession, or is there any way that you could tie that to African consciousness? Bringing our people back to that.
Yes.
Psychology alone, we sit down here and we have some heavy you use the word cliche just now. I want to use a cliche phrase. If these walls could talk,
yes.
they would save a lot of people.
Yes.
These walls inside of here in Swahili Studios, they would enlighten a lot of people because, I mean, sometimes when I play back some of the conversations that we've had inside of here over the last 12 years, one of the things that we speak about regularly in the last couple of years is our fear of counselors, psychologists, therapy, and the fact that we don't seem to want to acknowledge that we need it in some way, form, or fashion, because we are recognized as men, as young black men. This is a counselor's chair.
Yes.
You know, but now that you're traveling a lot more, you're seeing, so you're here in Trinidad and Tobago now. You have roots in Jamaica. You say about Grenada. How you see your work, your destined ordinance, and the way we are as a people, how do you see that colliding and then connecting?
Well, I think the first thing, like you were saying about how people feel, especially black men, and in particular black people as a whole, how we universally see, that's more to do with, I think, colonization, imperialism, and the states of being. So when we look at psychologists, psychotherapists, or especially psychiatrists, all we're thinking is the psyche, and that means that you're crazy, you're mad, or something's wrong. And it's a fear. We also have a lot of discrimination in the sense of sectioning people, to seeing a black man being afraid just of how, you guys are tall men. Just to see you as black men, they're already afraid, let alone if you were having an episode or a breakdown, which is seen as a normal thing if it's a white person or an Asian person. But when a black person, especially a black man, has to go through that, the world must fall apart, and he's aggressive, he's crazy. And so it's about us being aware and seeing the way that we've been treated and black men are treated. I mean, if we look at the statistics in the UK, it's a high statistics of black men who will actually commit suicide. And it's jumping off buildings or straight doing something that's harmful, of course, but very directly, like kind of wanting it to end quickly, but at the same time, it's very tragic in the way it is. There's no way to save you, if you're falling. But that kind of comes from us, black people being told, especially black men, that, shake it off, stop crying, big men don't cry, this is not how to be, you can't talk about your business, other men will laugh at other men, families are telling families, don't tell anyone your business, they're going to laugh at you, the reputation, being a strong man, a woman looking at you, some women will say, oh, you're crying, oh, he's weak, I haven't got time for this. So all of this comes into play, but it starts with the colonization of what the Europeans did to us, and how they separated us as families, and how we as women were made to look at men and men were made to look at women. And so when the savior that comes in, which is predominantly across the world, but from the UK, statistically, I think we're looking at possibly now a 2 to 5% of black therapists. But when I became a therapist, which is only several years ago, we were looking at 0.1%.
Jeez.
Yeah. And so this is the kind of thing, there's stigmas, there's fears about mental capacity. People feel like to be strong is to not break, but the only way that you could become strong is to know what weakness is, or else you have no bar.
Yes.
So now you're just walking strong. Well, then that means you're walking perfect, you're walking in light, and that's wonderful. But it doesn't speak of your actual experience.
True.
And then you hold it from yourself. Yeah. So as opposed to kind of round it up with what you were saying, I go by African spirituality, but predominantly for me, it comes from ancient Egypt, which is Kemeticism. And I'm not affiliated with anyone, but that's where I naturally come from. And so one of the things is the precepts and the admonitions of the goddess Ma'at. And the 7 principles, and these are the kind of things I instill naturally and outwardly in the way that I speak to people, truth, balance, harmony, justice, reciprocity, and all these things that should be universal understanding. And so I think that's how there is no separation. In the ancient way of being, psychology was never separate. How could it be?
Yes.
When it's your psyche,
Exactly.
it's your ology, it's the logos, it's everything, it's the divine inside and out. So for me, there is no separation, and hopefully eventually we'll come to understand that once we understand our psyche, we'll realize we'll never understand it.
In the world that we live in today, because you just said a lot.
Yeah.
Try to
A lot
condense
of the
it.
things you just said, things that we would be saying here, you know,
Yeah.
I would have been posting for. I know I have a lot of Facebook friends that either they're not on my Facebook anymore or they just mute it or whatever, because there was a time those are the only things I used to say on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, in your line of work, especially where you say where you are from,
Yeah.
the percentage of people that look like you
Yes.
that do this work, it make me wonder, you know, when I hear that kind of numbers, like, what I'm telling we people, when we people trust them to come and sit down on the chair
Yes.
or take the phone call,
Yes.
what they really telling our people in order to help them
Yes.
through whatever situation
Yes.
when
Yes.
them and their ancestors are directly responsible for a great high percentage of our problems.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think there is some things that can be relatable, you know, especially if you've been brought up in the same city, the same town, the same country. So there are things that you can relate to. Sometimes Black people may go to a white therapist because of the fear of feeling judged or feeling like the therapist is like my mother, even just by a look, by anything. And sometimes it's also to give yourself some safeguarding. Well, I'm not going to see that white person walk down the street, probably, or it doesn't really matter. But I suppose you are right, because I have had a white therapist before, and very helpful in many things. But then it comes a point where it is impossible that you can understand me.
Exactly.
And now I have to start explaining myself. Or when you're going through stress and depression, you can't be bothered. You can get irritated. I can't bother to explain and understand. And then they're asking you questions because they want to understand. But now you're thinking, this is wasting my time and hours. You know? And then, but on the other side of what you're saying, oh yes, the huge danger is that they are telling us the wrong things. And they are being taught. And I went against my teachings. I was taught with the British Association of Counselling and Psychotherapy. And I do abide by the ethics. But like I said, the laws of my act are in place for me. But just to understand that when you're taught certain things, I kind of was often challenging, not deliberately, but I had to become challenging because I was saying the things you're saying don't relate to where I've come from, my background, my friends, my family. And so, yes, you're right.
You know, years ago, I was doing a degree. And I went into doing this degree blind. I simply doing a introductory course, and the degree wasn't something that I was actively doing at the time, which was occupational health and safety. I was alive while in the introductory course because I was the only person in the course of about 20-something people that actually working in the field. So, of course, you know, it was lively and things. Some of these people are such great friends to me today still. And when it was finished, they was like, well, come on, go and do the degree now. Kill me dead. A degree is just, you know, work to do. And all right. I didn't know it maths, English. The class that stood out to me the most, it had psychology in it. So one of these semesters, we had psychology on a Thursday. And the mistake it could do with me in learning is give me things to read. Once it have things to read, and I read that, I could comprehend. Right? And I remember the lecturer gave us a assignment to do called is psychology a science? Whatever is your answer, you finish. And I was like, no.
Right or wrong.
I was like, no. It can't be a science when science is a proven thing. So when we mix yellow and green, or whatever the two colors we just mix to get green, you could go and do the same thing and get the same results. You could go and do the same thing and get the same results. But in psychology, when they deal with the individual and a mind, there are no two minds the same. We might do one thing similar and 99 million other things differently. So it can be a science. Right? And it got to the point where he had to come up in front of the class and defend the paper. And when it reached to me, we spent about 3 weeks on my paper.
Yeah.
To the point where the lecturer come in the class and they are all, Mr. Lovelace, I could teach today. You know? So the reason why I go back to that is because I know here you say there are certain things that you challenge on. You're not challenging it just for challenging sake, but sometimes just in doing the Martian way.
Yes.
It had a balance.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, right? You see something and you ask a question about it, not to be challenging, but the question challenges we're being taught. So that has led me to say today, a vagrant in the street could teach me.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Simply
Most
because these same people that given all these degrees, that making these things is the children of people, they believe. I always say this. If I am the descendant of somebody who was enslaved, and some of the traumas and thoughts and actions I do today are a direct result of that. What is the direct result of what does the children of the people who were the slave masters?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, like, how could I accept every single thing these people put in front of me when just a few years ago, right before our lifetimes, not to say 100 years ago, you know, just World War II, they still had science saying that we were not as intelligent as them.
Yes, up until the 1990s and the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the reason why I went down that road is like, is that challenging for you when you come across those things? And sometimes maybe they want you to regurgitate it.
Yes, and I don't regurgitate it. This is where the challenges come in.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're speaking of is epigenetics. You know, the fact of us having to have the trauma from the past ancestors, our parents who could still be alive, or people around us who are bloodline. You know, and it's about us repairing it and trying to repair it. That's why we come to therapists and such like that. So for somebody who's trying to tell me or trying to tell somebody else how to do it, but your structure is based on curriculum. Your curriculum is based on institutionalization. Your institution is based on discrimination. It's based on unconscious bias, and it is based on your way and your culture of being within that country in the UK. So therefore, what is it you're trying to teach me? Now I can interact, I can learn, I can grow. There are many things I know and understand, but coming from someone from the UK, for example, I can categorically state you wouldn't know my Jamaican side. You wouldn't understand my culture inside. You wouldn't understand me going to Ghana or what it means about restoration. You wouldn't even understand, this whole thing of microaggressions at the workplace. And this angry black woman. So Sarah comes in and Sarah said, I've had a really bad day, I'm so tired of it. And then I said, oh, sorry, Sarah, it's okay. Would you like a coffee or tea? And then Karla comes in, Queen Karla comes in, oh my God, first of all, they're like, well, looking at my natural hair.
Yeah.
Oh, your hair looks really different today. And, without even acknowledging how I feel.
Yeah.
But they could see Sarah.
Yeah.
And immediately, then they come, oh, what's wrong with you? Word, what's wrong? And you'll say, oh, I just feel, she's just being so, I'll leave her alone.
Yeah.
Let's just step away. So already the way of being is, it's already in the structure. Every person that becomes a therapist wasn't born as a therapist in a sense. They had to, I was in a sense, but that's spiritual. But a lot of people were taught. And a lot of not to put down white therapists in per se, but a lot of them come from middle class to upper class backgrounds, who can afford to take the time off to study, who don't have to sacrifice anything. So a lot of what they're learning again is from the books.
Yeah.
And they won't have the experiences or the friends. Yeah.
I remember when Sister Roxanne and them was saying that in the schools in our communities, we can't have people be the principals of these schools, running these schools, making decisions for these schools that are not from these areas. I know a lot of people have a problem with it. But look, if I say the same thing, it's the exact same thing. It's like, you don't know what it is like to go 2 days without eating properly.
Yeah.
And then you're frustrated because on the third day when you get some money, you still can't eat properly because the money is, and it have you feeling that kind of way. When you come to sit down by somebody who has eaten steak as in them part of the world every day.
Yeah.
3 times a day. I no amount of studying,
Mm-hmm.
for me, in my opinion,
Yeah.
no amount of studying can prepare you
Yeah.
for that. Neither can you. No, I don't know. So this will be a question to you.
Yes.
If part of the work that you do is empathy involved in it, or is strictly
Yes.
science and where you know and
Well, it's not for me. There is no separation. So,
right,
but it's not about science. It's about the individual, the person. It is 100% based on empathy, congruence. Being genuine, trying to your best to be as non-judgmental as possible.
right,
Listening, growing, and having deep empathy, relational understanding. And even if you can't relate per se, you can have understanding because you understand what the person is bringing. So for me, I meet people where they're at. So a lot of therapists, most therapists will do an assessment when they first meet you and then move from there. No, I meet you first. And if we need to do assessment, then we can. But yes, I hope I answered actually.
yeah, yeah. No, the reason why that is, again, because I did not expect you to touch on colonialism,
Yeah.
but we have some people that find we talk about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I tell them it's sad that you don't even realize how much of a part it still plays
Yes.
in our daily lives, in the structure of the countries that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
We here in Trinidad and Tobago still live under the remnants of colonialism
Yes.
based on the structures, because we did not dismantle the system of governance, education, health. The way we provide public services is 2026 and we still have water problems.
Yes.
Have you experienced that since you've been here?
I have, yeah.
I mean, I feel shame
Yeah.
as a citizen of the Republic, not just talking to somebody who does not live here, but generally every day. I feel ashamed that it's 2026 and we still are rationing water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still, so that area not getting no water for the next 2 days so that this area can get.
Yes.
And I mean, I am 47 years old. I remember my mother is locked down right now. My mother could speak to this. That's why I say sometimes mothers have superpowers.
Oh yeah.
I remember we are no alarm.
Mhm.
When my mother waking up 1 o'clock and in the morning to
Yes.
full water.
Yes.
All right, so that was in the 80s and the 90s. You telling me in 2026?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
still
A lot of that is vindication, you know.
right?
A lot of that is
It
vindication.
have to be because for the last month
Mhm.
or maybe a little more in this area here, the amount of circulations we get about no water and they're doing this and doing that, be like, yo, by now, with the amount of repair works that they're doing,
Mhm.
this thing's supposed to be world class.
Yeah.
But it's not,
Yeah.
right? And we didn't change anything. We just carried it on,
Mhm.
but we put faces that look like
Yeah.
us.
But I was
in
going to say
charge.
it's interesting what you're saying because I was always told that Trinidad is one of the richest islands in the Caribbean.
It's where the money goes.
And it has the most amount of millionaires.
It is.
Multi-millionaires. And it's there's no water in a vast majority.
Well, they don't have that problem.
Yeah.
One of the things that I realized that is the truth you hate in movies, in documentaries, all kind of thing. Follow the money.
Yeah.
So long as you could find a trailer, which is not always easy, right? Because one of the things we learn is, I no longer say we like to flam as African people. We don't.
Yes.
My mother just commented and said she loves your look.
Oh, thank
Right?
you. Thank you.
That is us.
Yes.
Naturally.
But I tell them we also had the ability. We had the ability to weave this cloth.
Yes.
We had the ability to make gold.
Yes.
Because it was coming out of everything. So it wasn't flam, but it was just using the materials that was around us.
Yes.
Right. We have lots of beads. We make beads from every kind of color and everything you could, right? So we had that, right? But then you come down here and talk with the people that they didn't have it, but they see you have, oh, that's shiny. That's worth $1 million. Like, but to us, this is what I put on when I have to go. So that's the way it is.
Yes.
Right? Now they are better at us than at being worth $1 billion. But we would see you crossing the road and not even think that. But we look at ourselves, not knowing our history, our rich cultural history, the way we dress and those kind of things. And we'd see one of us wearing gold. Why are we so drawn to gold? Because it's something that we come from that.
It's the resources of
we had the Ashanti Henny here.
Yes.
3 years ago for emancipation.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see that, you know,
I
because you was
watched it.
there.
I watched it on TV. I wasn't there.
But I mean, when you go Ghana, I'm sure you see.
Yes.
Yeah, when you talk about gold,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
and the thing about it, I look at it, I say, all they look at it, say,
Mm.
everybody in the entourage wearing some type of gold.
Yes. It's a
So it's not
representation.
one person have all the gold,
Mm-hmm.
and it's right, and that just take me back to the game, Awari,
Awari.
right? The goal of the game here. To me, that's one of the most beautiful lessons we could teach our children about how our ancestors was never greedy. Because even though you want to win the game is never to leave your partner without seeds.
Yeah.
To be able to plan back and go.
Yes.
These are the people that build the systems that instead of we dismantle, I mean, we look at the world today and they're telling us that when we say water for all, people tell you that is a utopian dream. To be able to, for everybody to have access to clean water is a utopian dream.
That's so sad.
You have to have a mental sickness.
Yeah.
Because one of the big CEOs in the world, one of them big world companies, we don't call names here to get them no free advertising. But he said that water is not a human right.
Wow. There you go. It shows the state of the world.
Because, and we, in your line of work, have you come across people that see the system for what it is, no matter where they are, whether they're in England, Jamaica, Trinidad, wherever, but have a hard time dealing with what they see?
Yes, across the board. So many people I've met, and a lot of like in Ghana, a lot of the local people, when you speak to them, you know, they'll talk to you about things like this, and it's not that they're thinking, oh, I'm Pan-African or I'm this and that. It's just a natural way of being because they experience it, they see it, and so they may not be able to articulate it as well. But when you sit down, yes, you see it. Yeah.
Okay.
But well, I was going to say it's a real shame because even though I was just trying to think of any black actual country that I can specifically think of that actually does have water for all and it's free and clean, and I don't think anywhere.
Well,
the one that was supposed to was destroyed. Libya.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he built.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that is amazing. That is not the word to use because it's not a good thing. But it's amazing that we have people sending rockets. We have a space station.
Yeah.
We supposedly have a space station that is hovering in orbit over Earth.
Yeah.
That has not come back down since it's up there.
Yeah.
But they have water.
Yeah.
But we're on the Earth.
Yeah, and we don't.
Rain just fall.
Yeah.
We came here to black.
Yeah.
Rain.
But I think there's a lot of pockets of people around the world, especially in say Africa and the Caribbean. There are people who are doing eco-friendly systems. There are maybe the Maroons, Richard Curry and a Kong Pong in Jamaica, and Scots Hall the chief there as well. Like lots of chiefs, queen mothers, and not about the title, but people in general. There's someone called Brandon actually, and he's in Ghana. And I'd have to find and maybe could put it in the name of the ecosystem that he runs as well. And it's like building a kind of semi-town, and people are doing things. The person I bought land from, Kwabena, where he sells lots of land from Asasi. And so even he has these kind of things that he's going to put in place for people to have access to clean water, access to electricity, access to all of these things. It's just, I guess, about connecting and getting them. But there are a vast amount of people, but maybe not recognized in a governmental way, and maybe the media isn't as interested.
But we know for sure that the media is not interested in that.
Yeah. So, when Orisha Lashe would have sent me your bio, part of it had said that it mentions that you empower people to heal and arise by connecting with love, acceptance, and inner knowing.
Yes.
For someone who is listening in our followers or supporters, who feels disconnected from their roots or their purpose, what is the first step to uncovering that true self?
Knowing that you're not lost, that it's already within you, and it's about eliciting it from you. But eliciting is difficult, but it's about moving through the loneliness or anything with beginning to understand who you are. So seeking yourself. I think that's the beginning of healing, because you spend your whole life trying to understand and seek and reach for a book in the self-help and what are you doing and he doing and can I be like you? We're always emulating. We're taught to emulate, to try to be. It really is asking yourself simple questions. The first questions of healing are, who am I? And it sounds, again, cliche, and we can go back to, you know, the ancient Africans, you know, well before the Greeks, you know, the ancient Africans or Alexandria well before this across, and even the ancient Asians, everybody that was whatever. But it's about essentially trying to find out who you are and what is it that you want, not what you want to do, but where you want to go. And each step can bring you towards a purpose and an understanding of what purpose actually means. For some people, purpose could mean materialism, having the house, the white picket fences, everything. For some people, purpose could mean just being at peace. It could be being a mother. It could be helping the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question.
Yeah.
So for us, I mean, you've done what a lot of us would aspire to do, which is to return to the motherland, do the naming ceremony, even go as far as buying land, because I would have done some research, seen properties, showed him, right? And what we have here versus what we could get there is two totally different scenarios, right? But as somebody who has done it, because you said you're Jamaican, right? We are Trinidadian. We want to, what's the first step in us getting back to Ghana? Like, is it something easy to do? I mean, I know it's expensive.
Yes.
Right? I know it's expensive, but how easy is it for somebody to transition back to Ghana?
To live there, to visit? I mean, everyone has a different experience. For me, I think I didn't know it was going to, well, I didn't intend on actually being in Ghana for the long run, but I gradually was there longer and longer. So I'd say it is an easy transition depending on what you're going to go and if you know where you want to be.
Right.
If that makes sense. Is it an easy transition to get into contact with people to help you? I would say so. It's about the right people. But I would say the first stop should be Accra, where you fly into. Yeah. And so just try to get your bearings about Accra, the areas around there, the different prices. Right. Airbnb, and then when you get there, you start working on if you really want to live there. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that part of your plans?
Yes. I have lands in Pram that I bought before I was a queen mother, and I'll be building my house very soon. I also have lands as a queen mother. Chichire is where I'm a queen mother. Okay. It's in the Gar West, just on the great outskirts. So it's the Greater Accra, and so I have I think 950 acres. I can't remember how much.
How much?
Yeah, I think so. And then we have about 800 to 950 people, including children. And that's somewhere actually that I would like help to put water and get access to a lot of things. And if anybody wants to help in any way, please do contact me to help Chichire. It's spelled, can I spell it? Yeah. Kyekyware. That's Kyekyware, and it's in Gar West. And if you ever came to Ghana and wanted to visit, I'd be happy to take you along or to get someone to visit there yourself.
So what we do is we put a post on the page.
Yeah.
You leave that information with us and we put a post on the page.
Yes.
You know, because I actually have a cousin that repatriated to Ghana. He's in Ghana right now.
Lovely. What parts of Ghana?
I can't say that. We speak fairly often, but I've never asked him. Yeah. Right. But he's a Bobo Shanti. Okay, so that was always when he got serious about it. I know that was a part of it, and he's there about 3 years now. Okay, lovely. Full time. Yeah. Well, Ghana's huge. It's about as its own place, and it's not the biggest country, but it's about the size of the UK, maybe even bigger. I think so. So far bigger than Trinidad. Yeah. That's the capital, yeah? Yeah. Okay. No. Ghana is the country. No, Accra is the capital. Yes. All right. So I have some questions, right? Yeah. Because again, through your bio, right, we have some questions. So in terms of the spiritual illumination, you were quoted as saying our spiritual illumination is our power force.
Yeah.
Right? Could you expand on what that means to you, especially when navigating the challenges of modern life?
What it means is, again, about eliciting your own strength, but coming together as a spiritual illumination means that understanding that you are all light beings. We are light beings. We are of a powerful force.
Right.
When we start to connect, restore, come together, start exchanging, have a future path in development and building, understanding within ourselves that we don't do anything by ourselves. The whole Caribbean saying, without a village, Africans have the similar sayings. So yes, I feel like that's the beginnings of spiritual illumination. But it's always essentially about, it always comes back to the self and how you understand yourself more. The more you understand and love yourself, the more you can help others. So it's about community and coming together.
But you say something there that we say so
all the time.
We always use the term community, that how important it is for us. Our last guest, which I wonder if you ever interacted with Attila Springer.
Who?
Attila Springer.
Attila Springer, I don't know.
Right, but she's a second generation
revolutionary.
Yeah, they say
I'd love to
revolutionary
meet her and
such
speak to
freedom
her.
fighter. And when we hear women to say the same thing, because what we find is a dominance of men in certain things. I am not the type of man that thinks men supposed to dominate everything.
Yeah.
What I say is that we are lions.
Yeah.
And there are times when we would roar, and our roar is sufficient to stop everything.
Yeah.
But it is. I live by that. I don't need to dominate you to be who I am.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
But I need you to respect me as I am.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes when we sit, you notice that the last 3 guests were women.
Yeah.
And some powerful women.
So
in that respect, especially as a Black woman, there's so many challenges you face in the field that you're in. Going through from getting to the point of having the degrees that you have, and then coming to work in the field. What's some of the challenges you experience as a Black woman?
Well, the pushback of trying to make me learn what they want me to learn, read what they want me to read, and to kind of regurgitate their words, which goes back to what we were saying in the beginning. The challenges are, I don't actually have as many clients as white people, European or Asian people, shall I say.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. I think I am sometimes judged and outwardly judged in the sense of not a victimhood. I'm not being a victim.
Yeah.
I have my clients are so my clients are multicultural, first of all. I did have a practice called melanin conscious counselling, and that was specifically for Black people or of Black heritage, mixed race and stuff like that. Indigenous. And as well as doing whatever, working in the corporate world, communities and youth centres. But I would say the challenges are literally racism, discrimination, expecting to be a certain way, tone your voice down, fall in line, and I suppose to assimilate, but not to relate to Black people. And also, don't try to have too many Black people around you, or don't have your natural hair, or when you take a photo for your profile image, you have to kind of, maybe it looks better you have straighter hair, or change your clothing. So it's all of that that comes into play. And unfortunately, a lot of Black people have told me, well, I wouldn't really come to you as a therapist. And I say, why? And they say, well, I don't know, you remind me of my sister, or you're probably going to judge me, which means they're already judging me before they come in. Yeah. And then I've had other people say, well, if you were a bit more presentable.
Presentable?
So that's not a local thing, right?
Well, it kind of means more European.
Yes, of course.
Even makeup. Maybe you should put a bit of foundation on, a bit of this. And so it's still a judgment within this. The system still moves through us, to judge me as a therapist. And I'm just saying, can you come to me as clients? And anybody that wants to come to me as a client, I am here. I'm very professional. And I'm here to go along the journey with you. And not to judge you, of course.
Okay. So your practice is here?
No, I do an online practice.
Online, okay.
So we could put all of that in the...
Yes.
Okay. Do you work with all ages, or?
Yes, actually, interestingly, I'm just about starting a job with children from 5-year-olds up to 25, but children from 5-year-olds, and that's to do with trauma, child abuse, sexual assault, things like that. But in general, I tend to work with children from about the 12 years and up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Read more to the question.
I don't think we ever truly heal. However, we embrace the pain and learn from its experiences to mentally grow. Am I right or wrong on this?
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Healing is a process, and the only way to know if we've healed through one thing is to have to go through something else again that highlights the issue that we went through.
Yeah.
And so even if we heal through one thing, there's something else. Healing is it's like a tear. You know, first of all, you're peeling the onions, and then there's some bricks going up, and you've got to take the bricks down, and then you realize there's tears, and it's never ending. So yeah, that is a very insightful and insightful question, full of wisdom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
That's one of our super fans.
yeah.
Wonderful.
What is similarities that you see between Trinidad, Jamaica, Ghana, and the UK?
Well,
Specifically through the eyes of a Black conscious woman.
I think that the similarities is that there's a large set of the communities that want to move forward and understand and learn about each other culture. So wherever I go, if I'm in Trinidad wants to know about Jamaica and Africa. If I'm in Jamaica, they want to know about Trinidad and Africa, or wherever I've gone. So I think the similarities are that we obviously innately want some type of connection and restoration. Music is a big thing. Right. Music. You'll hear a lot more soca and calypso in Jamaica.
That's crazy.
And then in Trinidad, you hear
that's crazy.
Wow.
And in Ghana, you'll hear a lot of Jamaica. To be honest, they don't really know much about Trinidad. Yeah. But there's certain areas, an area called Takoradi. Mm-hmm. Please don't kill me, but it's in the central region somewhere to the left. But anyway, it's absolutely stunning there. Yeah. But the music that they play, and just naturally, it sounds like calypso and soca, and it's from the ancestors. Yeah. And so the connections there. Yeah. So the similarities, I wouldn't in Jamaica and Ghana, there's similarities with food and words. Yeah. In Trinidad, I think because of the Indian, Asian, Islamic, but more Asian, Hindu, it makes a difference. Oh. So it doesn't really transfer per se about food that I can think of. Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. You sure? All right. So if you could give one piece of heart-centered advice to someone of African descent living in the UK, the Caribbean, or America, who feels strongly about, or who feels a strong pull to come home but is hesitant, what would it be?
Okay. So assuming home is the motherland.
Motherland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what would it be? It would be check your flight prices. Yeah. Check what dates you want to go. Look at Airbnb and hotels and go. That's the advice. Don't waste time. Don't listen to the propaganda. Yeah. There's times when I went to Ghana and people would say, "Oh, there's a coup on the news in London." A coup. Meanwhile, everybody is living happy. Happy. I went in COVID. And everybody said, "Oh God, Africa is going crazy, Ghana." Oh, when I got there, there was a rooftop terrace party, and I came off the plane. Everybody was having a good time. Yeah. So I would say always go and have your experience yourself. And if you go and you don't like it, then at least it's your experience. Yes. You know, Sankofa doesn't always mean returning back to the motherland. Yeah. And it doesn't mean living there. Yeah. It just means having to step onto the soil and renewing your roots. Yeah. And then you go back home. You're never going to be the same. You can't be. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know why that resonated, Molly? As like learning some of the things we learn over the years, that I can't see myself being nothing else that I am, other than I am today. I really, really cannot remember much of being other than I am now. Yes. I know it's there, but I know that I will never return to it. Yeah. And I know that the two blackness or the two Africanness that some people feel is only going to get worse. Worse, for lack of a better word, but stronger as I grow and get
Yes.
Somebody say grow. I see something today. They say we watching trees. We born and meet a tree, a big tree. We 50 years and meet the tree. We never see the tree getting old. We see the tree growing. We say we growing.
Yes, that's true.
Right. So I know that I would grow in this, and it will get even stronger. I am honored that my journey has influenced one or two people in some way, form, or fashion. I am really honored by that, because the reason why I started to we brethren hit my dad, you say you didn't realize how he is inspire people, right? And then the conversation come up with somebody else about us not realizing, as simple as you sitting down here, cutting a man here talking to him, and his son sitting down listening to him. And the conversation you have and how much it inspires his son is the exact same way the bad man and them, the killers and them, inspiring young people. And we can't stop.
At all.
We can't stop, because the negative side of it working. We're seeing the effects of it daily. What we're not seeing, at least we don't think we're seeing fast enough results, is of our works. So the works each of us doing in the way that we do it. And I want us to take a little note of that. But we sell money back. Because Jamaicans have a saying that I don't agree with at all as I get older. We say real sing it long time. Self-praise is not a recommendation. I don't believe in that. I believe the Nubian Experience clothing line I just do. It's the freshest one African-inspired clothing line in the world. I know Karen believe he's the best barber in the world. And I sure you believe he's the best psychologist. I ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't telling you that I'm better than you, you know. I'm just telling you, when I look at what I produce with the Nubian Experience, like, yo, that shit is the best.
Well, I think centuries have shown us that us holding ourselves back, or having the stiff upper lip, as the British say, or to not be boastful or to speak of yourself, is a system that holds us down. We must be proud of who we are. Why are we always proud of I'm so proud of my son, my uncle, and when it comes to you, no, I'm not. And you wonder why you don't have confidence. It's not about arrogance. It's about saying, I would say, yes, I am black and I'm beautiful. And when I was told, why are you still in the sun? Because I look forward to being even sharper and glorious. Yes, I'm recharging myself, you know. And people could say, this girl again, you know. But then after a while, people start to speak in similar ways, because I don't speak to myself only like that. I speak to you like that, but I speak in truth. I don't lie. I'll say, you know, positive things, inspirational, speak the truth, whether you like it or not. And you start to do that, and then we start to spread it around, and suddenly it's inspiring, and it's just who you are, rather than boastful.
Now I want to say that I write down 9 questions, right? I asked 3 of the questions, but based on where we went,
she answered
all the questions get answered. I want you to, so how we usually...
No, before we finish, I have 2 questions. One from super fan, and one from me, right? As someone born in London and with Jamaican heritage, what did it mean to you personally to be crowned as Queen Mother at the Sowutuom Palace?
Yes, Sowutuom Palace.
In Accra, and how did that moment reshape your sense of identity and returning to royalty?
Oh, it was a huge privilege. Thank you for asking such a wonderful question.
That's my question. Super fan question coming next.
Thank you for asking it. It was just so emotional, and it was so... it was as if to say the divine spoke to me and said, yes, you do matter. And everything leading to this moment makes sense. And now you're going to help others to matter. What did it mean? It had a lot of tears. I had a lot of tears. I was exhausted because it wasn't one day. It's a series of across a week of a lot of spirituality. But it meant that now I'm officially a part of the earth, if that makes sense, the universe. I'm officially being crowned someone. I'm bringing in the Maroons, I'm bringing in the Yard Man and the Yard Girl, I'm bringing in everybody. From the bottom to the top, everyone's involved. UK in part is involved. But the Caribbean as a whole, we're highlighted now. Wherever we go, we're highlighted. And then Ghana gets to understand, and Africa gets to understand. And essentially, we're not separate. We were just taken and moved around and shifted. Some of us are indigenous. Most of us are indigenous, but we are also from that side.
Yeah.
And so it's about exchange. I think I said this already, maybe, but I'll say it again. Exchange, future building and development as well, but essentially restoration. So that is what it brought me. It brought me restoration of myself. No longer, I know I'm taking up some time, but just to say this.
Yeah.
When I was in Africa, I was told I was Jamaican. When I'm in Jamaican, I'm told I'm English, British. British girl, English girl. They always call me Keisha or Queenie, Keisha, even if they don't know me.
Yeah.
But I do love that side. But being told that you're British all the time.
Yeah.
And then when I was in the UK, I was told that I'm either Afro-Caribbean or I'm Jamaican. So it was a good while that I couldn't work out where I was, and I felt by myself.
Yeah.
Who am I? No one's accepted me, and essentially Jamaican people accepted me, but not as Jamaican.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm actually a Jamaican citizen,
Right.
but my accent is what suddenly people judge again. But becoming myself in general, and then being restored, and becoming a queen mother, it suddenly said, but you don't have to be any of them. You just are.
Yeah.
So
did the before I give you the super fun question, did that help with your confidence and the depression and all those things, or was that therapy?
Well, no, it was both, but therapy was much earlier, and then I went at it by myself.
Okay.
And I chose to become a therapist. I always kind of wanted to be a therapist, but I chose to help myself because I was destined to help others.
Right.
Sure.
But I would say, but at that point, yes, it does. I never thought I'd be able to even be somewhere like this. Sitting, if you said that I would be on a podcast in Trinidad or anywhere, but in a podcast, I would have said, I probably would have been slumping down saying, never me. And don't get me wrong, even being here now, of course, while I'm talking, I've had some anxiety arise.
Really?
But I'm okay with that because I breathe through, and I know that it's because I'm arising.
Yeah.
And this is a state that we're supposed to be, we were meant to meet.
Right.
So it changed everything immensely in that way.
Okay.
It really did. But to understand that when we go through these things, it doesn't mean it's going to go essentially forever and never come back. But when it comes back less and less because you recognize there's a lesson. What is your body trying to tell you?
Yeah.
Become comfortable. Why do you feel like that? And you can answer while I'm talking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the super fun question is: do we ignore the reality of balance, i.e., the dualities, and cling to the negative happenings in our realm? Well, not cling, but complain about the negative effects.
Do we
The
ignore?
duality. When you say that's how we tend to live, by ignoring the dualities are negative and positive, and only complain about the negative or focus on the negative.
No, we should never focus on the negative, but we must highlight the negative. We must not ignore, we must not pretend.
Right.
Because pretending only sets us back. It's the same thing as being within yourself. If you start to ignore how you're feeling and what you're really going through, sit up and say, I'm fine, then you end up suppressing it. But it manifests itself in different ways. Maybe the way that you speak to somebody else, or the way that you treat your children, or the way that, however things go. So essentially, it's never about ignoring. It's about bringing them together. It's about recognizing the dark night of the soul, so to speak. It's you merging the personalities, the polarities, the dualities together, and accepting both in some ways. Sometimes if you fight more or you pull back more, so it's a push and pull, and eventually it brings balance.
Right. No, I could go.
Right. So usually how we close the program is by asking our guests to leave us with a piece of advice that they think can help better the lives of the Black man, whether it be in Trinidad, Antigua, Jamaica, anywhere that we exist in and on this realm. Something that you think that could help improve our situation as Black people.
Situation? Wow, that's a huge question. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I don't mean to.
That's fine.
It's all about self-understanding and self-knowledge. Know thyself. Once you start to know yourself, then everything can change. You can be sitting in a situation and you can arise within that situation. It's not about going around a situation or trying to get out of it. It's about going through it. But once you start to know yourself, you'll start to watch your surroundings. You'll start to observe what's going on here, and you will take yourself away when you can and how you can. So it's about focusing on self so that you can bring a better consideration of others and consideration of yourself. Yeah.
know thyself, focus on self, be real and true to self.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So we ready to go now. Something we used to do as well was leave them with a
Quote.
quote or a proverb from the motherland. Do you have any off the top of your head?
No.
Right?
Well,
Well,
no,
I
well,
would
no.
use this one again. I've used it several times. It's something that I love because I see its relevance in our lives.
Daily.
Right? Yes. If you ever get an email from me,
Yeah.
it's at the bottom of the email.
Yeah.
The river that forgets its source
Yeah.
dries up.
Yes.
And I think it's relevant to who we have here with us today, because you end up by the source, and the source sent you here
Yes.
to reconnect these tributaries,
Yes.
to reconnect with the river.
Yes.
So the river that forgets its source dries up, and that can be applied to almost everything in your life.
Yes.
The way you with your parents, your siblings,
Yeah.
your children, your friends, everything. It must have some kind of connection. You cannot expect to call your friend for a whole year
Yes.
and then just pick up the phone and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And expect,
Yeah.
that river drying up. So
Yeah.
better remember that. Always remember, people, don't drink and drive. Don't let nobody drunk drive you.
Yeah.
If you're tired, rest.
Please.
Right?
Yeah.
The road wet these days, or let be careful on the road.
Yes, definitely.
Love is an action word. Support is an
I
action
said
word.
that today. Thank you. Sorry. Love is an action, not just words.
Yeah.
It's action and words, but most importantly, action.
Action. Yeah.
Yes. Can I say a saying?
Sure.
Well, what came to my mind, it wasn't Ghanaian or African. It's Jamaican, and my mum lives by this one, and so do I. Me run things no run me. And when we start to look at that confidence, okay.
Yeah. We get that in oh God, what movie we get that in?
Third World.
Third
World Cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max
Campbell.
Yeah.
Was he? No.
The police. Yeah.
Yeah.
We run things no run.
Yeah. Right. So thank you for
Thank you so
being
much.
here. We will wish you and command for you smooth roads for all the positive things that you have to do.
Yes.
And that it work. And that who knows that all a week we do an episode of Black to Black in Ghana together.
Yes, that would be fantastic. You'll meet there, I'll be there.
All right.
So, my brother, goodness, again, thank you for being here.
Blessings and light.
Yes, man.